Black, Poetic G.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm King George. I am the owner of T.Y.I Productions. I am the curator of Black 31 magazine. Today, I am here interviewing a special sister from the community. A special sister from the community. This sister is an artist. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a model, actress. And she's been seen on a lot of huge platforms such as BT, such as Tubi, such as the news station 6 ABC, and many more. So without further ado, can we please give it up for Miss AlxZandria?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Listen, not a problem, not a problem. Listen, again, we are glad you are on with us. Most importantly, right? Tell the people, who is AlxZandria?
I am a singer, actress, music artist from Philadelphia, PA. Just an overall multi-talented person. I love the arts. I love all things creative, and I honestly couldn't see my life without it. So that's who I am. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I hear that. I hear that, sister. What does music mean to you?
It means everything to me. Honestly, I feel like music saved my life. Growing up, just going through a lot of different things, I always found peace in music. I always found freedom to express myself. So yeah, like I said earlier, I can't see my life without it, honestly. I have little periods where I kind of drift off and do other things, but music is always there. Literally, it's like the blueprint.
Yes, yes. And where does that deep root of music inspiration come from within?
Well, I can say when I was a little girl, maybe about like 6 or 7, that's when people first kind of like told me I could sing. I didn't know I could sing right away. I just kind of like most people, you hear your song and you just vibe. But then some people was like, wait a minute, do that again. So, I started kind of getting love, and I'm like, you know what? I got a little voice, and from there it developed into a passion. And I don't know, I just been doing it ever since.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. That's cool. That's cool. That's amazing.
Stumbled on it by accident.
I hear that. I hear that. When it comes to songwriting, right? What do you enjoy most about songwriting?
I really like the opportunity to express different thoughts that I have in my mind, but in a musical way, so it won't come off so like preachy. I like writing things that inspire people. I like writing things that's thought provoking, but again, in the form of a song, so it won't feel so like, it's more fun and it's received well. So that's one of my favorite things about songwriting. You can get a message across,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's creative. That's creative. When it comes to like I still want to continue on this music journey, right? Like how how far does music go for you? Like, cause I know you have certain people they have music where they just do music as a hobby, but then they have certain people who are strictly focused, and music goes so far where they can jump into all these different realms of music. How far does it go for you?
For me, it's definitely like my number one thing. Like I said earlier, I have multiple things I love to do in the arts, but music is definitely like number one. I say acting would come in strong second. But even when I do the acting though, I still always find a way to incorporate music. Like the last film I did, I sung in that movie. You know what I mean? If I'm not singing in a movie, I'll submit songs to be on the soundtrack. Like music is always just somehow, some way going to find a way into what I'm doing. So that's how important it is to me. I don't know. I just feel like music makes everything better.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, sister. Yes, it does. To dive into the acting journey, because I love that you even mentioned the acting journey. How did you start acting? What was your first cameo or your first feature in the film, and how did you start the acting journey?
Well, it's funny that you asked because, like I said before, it was music first. I've been doing that since I was little. But I remember when I was maybe about like 9 or 10, everybody was like, you could be an actress. And this is going to sound really weird, but when people used to say it, I used to be like, huh? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know. For
Yeah,
some reason, as a kid, my perception of acting was something totally different. Like, I just didn't take it as a compliment. I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to be performing on stage with people, and that's all I cared about. But then
yeah,
I got to high school, and I saw like this casting call for this stage play at my school. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing better to do. Why not? You know. Plus, the role required you to sing, so you already know. I'm like, I'm trying to do that. Well,
yeah,
I did it, and I was like, wow, I actually kind of like this acting thing. Like, it came natural, you know, and my drama coach at the time, she was like, girl, I'm telling you, that acting gonna be the thing. That, you know, I know you want to sing and you will sing. You're gonna do music, you're gonna perform, you're gonna do all the stuff you want to do, but
that's right.
acting is gonna play a really big part in your journey. And from there, I kind of, they call it being bit by the acting bug. From that point, I was bit. Like, I've been acting ever since high school. Films, my first film was 2022. I got like a, what was it, a supporting role in a movie called It Was Written. After
Okay.
that, I went and did a film where I was the only person in the film. It was like a short film. From there, I did this, I did that. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, it all started with that one like stage play in high school when I just said, why not? Let me just try it. So you're not like passionate about something or you don't feel led to do it. But when you do it, you find like this is actually lit. Like this is for me, you know? So
Yes,
you
yeah,
got to be, as an artist, I guess you have to be a little open to trying different things because you just never know.
absolutely, absolutely. And to combine this question, right? Um, who inspires you musically and acting wise? Like who's some of your most inspiring actors, or who's some of your most inspiring inspirations singing wise who inspire you?
Honestly, it's too many to name, but I'll name a couple because I'll go on and on and on. But okay, acting wise, I say Viola Davis, hands down, is probably like my favorite actress of all time. She is just incredible. Like she really just knows how to. I don't know. I wouldn't even call what she does acting. She just becomes every role she plays. Like that, it is authentic. It is truly who she becomes, and I admire that. I think that is so dope. Um,
Yeah.
I really like Taraji P Henson. Not only do I like her, not only do I like her acting, I like her journey too. You know what I mean? Same thing with Viola. When I did some research on these people and like their how they came about, you know, how they made it and what the process was for them. And it was like very inspiring because I saw some similarities, you know. So
Yeah.
they're my favorite skill wise and journey wise. Musically, again, too many to name. Honestly, we'll be on here all day. But I'll say Beyonce number one. I think Beyonce's most of us favorite singer. She's incredible, incredible performer, incredible singer. She's just awesome. But
Yes.
there's some artists on the indie side that I really like Jade Nova. You know, she's really dope. Um,
Okay.
I say if I had to like mirror my journey after somebody, not mirror it, but like if I had to look up to somebody as far as like how to go about my journey, Jade Nova would definitely be somebody I'd be, you know, studying for sure. So
Okay.
yeah, again, the list goes on and on and on.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Um, I want to ask you a community question. I want to dive into some community
Mhm.
topics. Um, since 2024, coming into 2025, um, and even before 2024 and 2025, it been an ongoing cycle of misled youth. Where do you believe the mind state of the misled youth is coming from, and why do we have so much of a dying generation who are actually killing one another off? Why do we have that going on?
I feel like the children are angry. Like a lot of them went through things that some of us can't even begin to relate to. You know what I mean? And without support, without people that you really feel like you can lean on, or you know, just to listen to you or feel where you're coming from, that can make you angry and that can make you lash out and act a certain type of way. You know, I don't really blame the kids. I got to be honest with you. I always blame this is just my personal opinion. I always blame the adults because at the end of the day, it's our job to guide them and to pour into them. But when you don't have that and you forced to raise yourself or forced to,
Yes.
turn to the streets for love, like what the heck do you expect? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know. I just seen a lot, and because my background wasn't the easiest, I really seen a lot. I seen a lot. I went through a lot, so I kind of have like a deeper, I guess, understanding. It's not necessarily an excuse, but I feel for them. You know what I mean? And it's funny that you say that. That's kind of what motivated me to write some more meaningful songs on my new album. I've always been like a writing love songs, and I like writing about relationships and or uplifting things. But on this album, there's a couple songs where I kind of went a little deeper, and I talked about the in this inner city youth and how they need prayer. I featured this artist named Del P. He's super dope. Shout out Del P. He
Yes.
went ham. He went ham on his 16 bar. Like we really went there. We talked about those things that you just mentioned. So it's crazy that you said that.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just feel like musically, I feel myself moving more towards that these days. Just wanting my music to have more of a message and something that a child like what you're describing could hear that and feel seen and feel heard, and know that it's okay. It is totally okay. Like despite where you went, where you come from, despite what you're going through, you could still be somebody, and that's all they really need to know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And tell the people this, right? What is the importance of listening to one another?
It helps you have a deeper understanding. Like it's one thing to give advice, and your advice might be valid, but sometimes people just need you to hear them, like hear where they coming from, just understand. But how can you understand if your mouth always running? You know what I mean? So with people that's younger than me, I definitely try my best to just hear them, and they appreciate that. Like little kids love me. All my little nieces and nephews, and the little ones in my life, they love me, like
Yeah.
because I get on a level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. Um, so you've been seen on BT, right? You've been featured on Tubi. You've been featured on 6 ABC. What is the feeling like? Let the people know what is the feeling like being on these big stages, and do you get a rush that runs through your body every time you get on these big stages?
This is going to sound so crazy, but oddly enough, the feeling I be thinking I'm supposed to have, I rarely ever have. All I just
Okay.
like you would think, okay, when certain moments finally happen for you, you'd be like, all right, and it don't be feeling like that. For me, it be feeling like, okay, what's next?
Okay. Okay.
Crazy, but that's just how I be. Like I almost don't. How can I say this? I almost don't embrace it until the moment's over. Like in the moment, it's hard for me to get in the moment. Prime example. Here's a prime example. I had a movie premiere last year, and this is my first starring role. I've done other. Oh, see, somebody agreed. Right? You feel me? Oh, she an artist. She get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to this beautiful young lady. She is a phenomenal singer. Y'all got to check her out.
Yeah.
But so basically, I had the movie premiere. My first time having a starring role because all the other roles I had were more like supportive character or the leading lady or the love interest, things of that nature. So
Yeah.
this is my first one where the movie, like I was, you know, I was in control of the ship. I was driving it. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking when I get there, I'm going to be feeling like I arrived. And I did not feel like that. I just felt like all I kept thinking about is what I could have did better. I was like ripping my stuff apart, but not in a bad way, not in like a insecure or down, like a bad way, just self-reflecting. Like, okay, that's nice, but I could have executed that better or,
Yeah.
that could have been stronger. And that's just what my mindset be. Honestly, I don't really be celebratory into way after the fact. Like when I look back on it, I'll be like, yeah, I really did that. Then it hits me like, okay, I really did something. But in that moment, it don't feel like that for me. And I don't know if that's normal. I guess it is because she said that's right. So I guess I'm not the only one that feels that way.
That's all
Um,
good.
yeah, it'd be like that.
That's all. totally get it because listen, like I feel like that's the mind state of artists. Like sometimes we are on self critics.
Right.
So everything got to be tedious. Everything got to be
Yeah.
to the top T. But when you begin to really understand, it's like the people outside that's hearing it, they like, oh, put it out. I love it. I love it. You
That's
get what I'm
how
saying?
they be like,
Yeah.
yes, sis. And I be like, you sure? But again, not so much that I'm unsure. I think it's just more so I'm just always thinking about the next move. Like I don't want to get too hung up on nothing. You know what I mean? Because then I don't feel like I can grow. You know, I'm always like trying to think 10 steps ahead of the game. You know, so while I'm grateful for the opportunities, I'm grateful for the shine. It's all beautiful and it's motivating and inspiring. But after that, it's like, okay, next, what we
Yes.
doing? You know, so that's just my mindset.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sister. Absolutely. Um, what are some of the trials and tribulations that an artist go through that a lot of people don't know?
Um, well, I guess this is one everyone probably knows about. Lack of support. You know, it really is hard when you are trying to make something out of nothing. You know, it's different when you are like born into a dynamic, you know, where you have that built-in support, or maybe you have a relative that's already doing things you want to do. I think that helps. But when you are starting with nothing, like literally you coming from the trenches, you don't got no inside connections and none of that. Just you are really solely relying on your talent, your dedication, and God's grace. It's hard, you know. But as hard as it is, I try my best not to stay in that mind space. Yes, I recognize that it's hard, but I try not to let that define me because I've seen a lot of artists do that, and as a result, a lot of them did not keep going. You know, when it got hard, they might have quit or they may have fell off. I gotta, regardless of how hard it is, I have to just embrace the fact that maybe I wasn't born to have an easy journey. I mean, if I'm keeping it real with you, life never really been easy for me anyway. So I'm just looking at it like this is just another, you know, another hill I gotta climb. You know, that's just kind of how I looked at it. I survived other things. I'll survive this. You know, I overcame that. I'll overcome this. That's just my mindset. So no, it's not easy at all. But I got this. You know, and I guess every accomplishment I do make, every time I do reach a goal, that's just confirmation for me that I could do it. You know, and yeah. But artists, we definitely, the lack of support is really challenging. And I just want to encourage everybody out there, if you ever find yourself feeling like you want to give up because of lack of support, find the support within yourself. You know, nobody encouraging you, encourage yourself. Baby, it's going to be times where it's dark and ain't nobody checking for you. You're going to be putting projects out, ain't nobody paying no mind to. Do it for you, you know. And when you do it for you, I personally feel like people, they respect that, you know, and you'll start attracting positive things your way. So yeah, that's my TED talk for the day. That's not what you asked, but you know, that's where you went.
No, that's heavy. That's heavy. I love it. I love it, sister. I love it. Um, what does it mean? What does it mean for a woman to overcome obstacles?
Mm, that's heavy because that's like a lot to unravel. That question. What does it mean for a woman to overcome obstacles? Well, a person overcoming obstacles, that's one thing. But when you're a woman, I just feel like that's a deeper level. Because keep in mind, it wasn't even what, 60 years ago? Don't quote me on this. 50, 60, 70, I don't know what the number is, but it was not that long ago when women got the right to vote and we got the right to do a lot of things we did not have the right to do before, you know, the legal right. So
Yeah,
it really wasn't even a whole 100 years ago when women just started kind of being empowered and just started being considered, you know, normal people in society. With that being said, I feel like it means even more, you know, when we find ways to get through these obstacles and we find ways to beat the odds that's against us, that's strong, that's powerful, you know. I honestly respect it. But again, not just women, I respect anybody, woman, man, you know, child, adult, it don't really matter. if you had an obstacle that stood in your way in any regard, and you found a way to get around that, props to you, because a lot of people don't got that, and it's not their fault. A lot of people that don't have that inner, strength is probably because they was beat down or didn't have someone to empower them, So if you happen to possess that, it's a beautiful thing, and I think you should use it to. It's kind of like that saying, when you got light, shine it on others, and make them shine too. It's the same thing. If you find that you got that inner strength, spread it around, empower other people so we can all just be stronger. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
heavy. Yeah, so heavy. I love it. I love it. I love
for
it.
real.
Um, wow, you really giving us some strong gems. That's some strong gems for everybody there. Um,
It's also
um,
being female. Oh, no. She just said she agreed.
oh, that's
That's
amazing.
love. That's love.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad that they tuned in. They really are tuned in and just really just she getting back a lot of feedback. So that's what I'm talking about. Um, Songwriter, modeling, right?
Mhm.
I want to dive into the modeling portion. How did modeling come out of the portion of being an artist and an actress? How did modeling come
Yeah,
about?
another thing that happened by accident. Ain't this something? I'm telling you, it was always singing for me. It wasn't nothing else. But somehow, your journey goes and you just find yourself doing all these different things. And you're like, I'm actually kind of good at this. And I actually kind of like it. So it sticks. Modeling. I had just graduated high school and I met this dude. He was managing models and, music artists and whatever the case may be, offered me an opportunity to work with him. I'm fresh,
Okay.
so I'm like, I'm seeking opportunity. Anything that's coming my way at that point, I'm taking it. And he was the first person that like really shot me, and he was like, "You're natural." I didn't even know what I was doing, honestly, but just I don't know. Some people just the camera loves them. Some people just naturally know what to do when they start flicking, and that was me. From there, I kind of got bit with the modeling bug. I started doing local shoots for like local designers and things of that nature. I got
Yes.
featured in a couple magazines. One magazine is actually called Black Mag, which is funny because yours, but it's a different one.
Yeah.
Black Mag, Mommy Mag, Traffic Magazine for men. I started off doing like fashion stuff for like local designers, and then
Yeah.
later I kind of got more on the sensual side. I started, doing more sensual shoots and started selling my own calendars. They were called the Sensual Siren calendars. I no longer sell them, but I did that for like 4 years, and that was a nice little grind I was on.
Yes.
I actually built, believe it or not, I actually built a lot of my followers off of that. Like, even though I'm not doing that no more, a lot of people that's following my Alex page are literally people who migrated over from, the Central Siren days. So it's kind of funny. They've like watched me evolve and they've watched me be different, sides of myself. So, but yeah, modeling, I can't say I'm as passionate about it as I am like music and acting, but I definitely recognize how it's helped me like form my image as far as when I'm marketing my material and stuff. I didn't start wearing red hair until I started modeling. So my modeling really, red hair, that's like my little signature when I'm in artist mode. That
Absolutely.
came that came from modeling. My style, my fashion sense, that all came from modeling. So I
Okay.
have to think of modeling because modeling added a little edge to what I was already doing.
Okay. 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 That's special. That's special.
Yeah.
That's special. Um, do you have a favorite movie? Right? Do you have a favorite movie that you played in so far?
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm glad you said that I played in because Child's about to say somebody else's movie. But okay, the movie, my favorite movie that I played in was Carmen. That was the most recent one.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that was my favorite one for so many different reasons. But if I had to say what my favorite film project was, just in general, it was actually a short film. It wasn't a full feature. It was a short film. It was called Vaxxed Up. That was by far my favorite film project I've done so far. in, in that project, I collabed with an actress singer named Soraya Nicole. We both played lead in that. We both played lead in that, and we both sung. We had like a choir and a dance ensemble. It was amazing, and it was all for a short film. But that was like the first time I really did something on that level. And then, of course, Carmen is my favorite feature film. So that's my favorite like full project I've been a part of. One, because I was the lead. Two, because the director slash producer Maurice Paramore, he um he loosely based the movie on my journey. So like when you watch Carmen, you'll see a lot of elements in the movie that come from my own, artistic struggles and my own artistic journey. So obviously that's my favorite because it's the one that hits closest to home. It didn't
Yes,
even really it didn't feel like acting. I was being myself. So
absolutely.
that was pretty cool. And I got to sing in that movie too, my own music. So that was pretty liberating. And yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Ah, man, that's heavy. Yeah, let's give it up. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
That's
you.
inspirational. Um, very inspiring. Um, movies, modeling, uh, to playing different roles, to doing your own music, to songwriting. Um, when you combine all those things together, right?
Mhm.
What's some of the most inspiring things that you have to say to the young youth right now that's striving and they searching to just be in that path of greatness like you are?
Wow. Okay, usually I'd say the answer right away, but I changed my mind. What I was about to say, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. Consider yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Consider yourself. Why do I say that? Well, I have learned the hard way that sometimes on the journey, you're going to run into people who really just don't want to see it happen for you. For
Yes.
whatever reason, you didn't do anything to them. You didn't, you show them nothing but love, but they don't have that heart for you. And sometimes you will find people that like work against you. And I said all that to say it's important to consider yourself so that you won't need other people's permission or validation,
Yeah.
approval, acceptance. Do you? You know what I mean? You want to release projects, do projects and release them. You want to be an actress, go to casting calls, audition, get the roles, act. Whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Don't wait for nobody's permission. Don't wait for nobody to tell you that you're good enough or ain't nobody got time for that. if God laid it on your heart, if God said, this is for you, I'm calling you to do this, I promise you, God is going to work it out for your good. You know what I mean? And you might come across doors that will close. Don't take it as a bad thing. It could just be God protecting you from people that's not for you. Sometimes
Yeah.
it looks like a failing moment, like, oh my God, I didn't get in or I didn't get accepted or whatever the case may be. Sometimes he is just protecting you from the
Yeah.
people that's not for you. Those people are not meant to be a part of your journey. They're not meant to pour into you. Maybe they didn't have good intentions for you and you don't know it because you see the smiling faces. But the creator knows. The creator knows what's up. So
Yeah.
just consider yourself. I had to learn that. And I'm so mad it took me so long. Like, I honestly wish I came in knowing this. I feel like I would have been even further ahead. But you live and you learn. I
Yes.
spent a lot of years like seeking other people's validation. Not like desperately, but I desired their validation. I wanted to hear them say I was good enough or, see them open a door for me or whatever the case may be. And then I eventually got to a point where I realized I don't need it. I really don't. Like I said to you before, since I was a little girl, life has not been easy. And I was able to overcome a lot back then without anyone's validation, without
Yeah.
anyone's approval. I was able to get through those things and come on the other side. So who's to say I can't do the same thing when it comes to art and when it comes to my dreams and my goals? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes sometimes you just gotta wake up and remember who you are, respectfully. You know, you gotta remember who you are and never lose sight. So that's my advice to you. And then the original thing I was going to say is the cliche thing we always say: never give up, keep going. You know, we all say that, but I had to stop myself because I don't want to be one of those people that's like cliche. Like you ask them a question and they just say something that everybody say. I really wanted to say something meaningful that I feel would stick.
Yeah.
So hopefully, whoever that was for, it reached you. Consider yourself baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are, queen, king. You
Yes.
know, you don't need nobody's permission but your own. That's it. And God,
Mm, that's heavy. Consider yourself. Do y'all hear that?
yeah,
Consider yourself. Consider yourself. That's powerful.
yeah.
That's super heavy. And 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 last two questions right before we wrap up.
hmm
Um, let the people know. Let the people know, what do you love most about yourself?
I love how I never give up. Like honestly, I think that in itself is a gift. You know, I thank God for that. I really do. I'm not saying that I don't have times where I have a desire to. I'm human, you know what I mean? But I won't. It's not in me. I don't possess the gene. You know, I always just get back up. Like it does not matter how much life tears me down. Literally, I can get beat down and somehow I get back up. I'm like, okay, what's good? Like I don't know. I don't know if it's the North Philly. I don't know what it is, but I thank God for it, man, because you need that in this business. You need that more than talent. Seriously.
Absolutely. 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 For sure. No, for sure. Seriously. Um,
Strength.
business.
Facts is.
Yo, business matters. Um, talent matters. Um, but now, how do you feel about that when it comes to the business? What uh uh why is business important and why is talent important?
Think about it. Music, business. Okay? It's not just music and it's not just business. They both work hand in hand. You know, just as good as you are at the music, you gotta be, I'd say, better at the business, especially when you're an independent artist. You know what I mean? Independent artist, that means you're basically running your own train. You know, you doing everything. And even if like there's some things where I can't do, and I have other people on my team do it. But even then, I'm the overseer. I'm the executive producer. You know what I mean? I have to make sure everything is right. So you find yourself playing multiple roles, wearing multiple hats. You know what I mean? I'd say maybe not even just indie artists, even artists that's under like a big umbrella. You still need to know the business. That way you won't get got. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't think you should. I don't think you should go in any line of business, not just music, not just acting. I, I don't think you should go in any line of business without studying that business first. Like it will behoove you to know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? Don't get
Yes.
got. Don't get got. You know?
Yes.
Protect,
Absolutely.
protect yourself, learn the craft, learn the business, learn how things work. And if you don't know, don't be afraid to ask. It's just that simple, you know?
Yes.
I
Yes.
got no problems.
Absolutely.
I be asking people questions all the time. I be like, yo, hey, you know something about, listen, I ain't got no shame because I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to grow, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, sister. Absolutely. And I want to finish up with a fun
hmm
question. Um, who are your top five favorite singers of all time?
Ooh, okay. Whitney Houston, the
Okay.
best. I don't care what nobody say, hands down, it does not get any better than that.
Okay.
Mariah Carey, um, Beyonce. I love me some Beyonce. She's so lit.
Okay.
Um, oh my God. See, I named the top three, but it gets so hard when it gets to the fourth and the fifth because I have so many people I like. Let
Yeah.
me think. Top five. I want to give you the most authentic answer. Okay, Regina Bell. That should have not been that hard for me. Why was that hard? I love
Wow.
Regina.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Whitney, Mariah, Beyonce, Regina, and I guess Anita Baker. I really like Anita Baker. I like Regina and Anita because even though like they from the old school, they have that soul. I love me some soulful singers. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a heavy five.
Yeah.
I love that too. That's heavy.
It's
Mm,
many
mm.
more, but I guess since I have to name five.
No, it's all good. Listen, that's heavy. Oh, listen. That was heavy. Um, listen, you certified with the singing. I love the responses. I absolutely. So I tuned in. I tapped into a few songs that you had on IG
Oh,
Live. Um, yeah, some good work. Some good work. I did hear the song. I did hear the song with you and Del P.
thank you.
I actually tapped into that earlier, right before the interview. So that was actually nice.
He
Yeah.
killed it. We're well, I can't say too much about it, but just know I have a nice summer planned musically. You know, now that I got my album out, got some visuals coming, and a lot of other cool stuff. So stay tuned, folks, because we working over here. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
it's quiet right now. Sometimes when it's quiet, it look like you ain't doing nothing. Oh, baby, we always work.
I hear that. I hear that. Yeah. I hear that so much. So let the people know where can they find you at.
All right. I am on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all social media sites under AlxZandria Official. My website is www.alxzandria.com. If you don't know how to spell it, the link is in my Instagram bio. On that website, you can find my new album that dropped on January 23rd. Definitely go grab you a copy. It's not on streaming sites yet, so get it before the world hears about it. I just wanted to push it like to my immediate followers first. You know what I mean? For make y'all feel special. Like make sure y'all get it first before I really start pushing it worldwide. And
Yes.
yeah, that's where you guys can find me. Social media, website, and this year I'm working on like expanding my reach and trying to get on some bigger and better platforms. So definitely stay tuned. Tune in. Study like
Yes.
you study to be a doctor or lawyer. Yes.
I hear that. Ooh, that's heavy. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, listen, y'all. Tap in. Y'all heard her. Listen, tap into AlxZandria. Make sure y'all go support AlxZandria. She is doing many, many amazing things. The artist, the singer, the songwriter, the model, the actress. Seen on heavy platforms, and to get on these platforms, y'all have to put in the work, just like y'all see her putting the work in. So, one last time, where can they find you at?
Social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, this, that, and the third, all under AlxZandria Official. If you Google AlxZandria Official, all my stuff will come up. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, and all like the streaming platforms too. I forgot to say that. My album ain't up there yet. So all the stuff that's on streaming platforms right now is like the stuff from 2024 on back. My new album that's exclusively on my website. So y'all want that? Y'all gotta go click that link. And plus, like you said earlier, I've been putting clips and stuff. I've been trying to incorporate it in some of my posts more. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, y'all tap in. Y'all heard what she said. Y'all want the official music, click the website. Y'all want the old music, go to the platform, check everything out. And listen, we appreciate you, sister, for being on our
Thank
platform.
you.
We appreciate the energy. Most importantly, y'all, each and every week, tap in. Listen, we could have your favorite singer, your favorite songwriter, your favorite model, your favorite actress. Listen, we could have the little girl down the street with the lemonade stand, or it
Listen.
could be you. We are the platform of truth, the home of the champions, and we are the place where we uplift man, woman, and child. Peace and love, y'all. One.
Thank you for having me. God bless y'all.
To elevate from negativity at all costs. Knowledge, power. Remember this game spilled, given. Embrace it. T.Y.I, Poetic G. Peace and love, one. I love it.